Senior at North University, and currently I'm interning at Duke Cancer Institute, Office of Community Outreach, Engagement, and Equity. And today, this is just a quick overview. I will be giving some background on colorectal cancer, some risk factors, signs and symptoms, prevention strategies, screening tests, survivorship resources, and you will learn more about some colon cancer survivors. Background on colorectal cancer across the United States. Colorectal cancer is the second leading cause of cancer death for both men and women. In 2020, there were 1,880,725 people diagnosed with colorectal cancer. There are currently 106,180 new cases of colon cancer and 44,850 new cases of rectal cancer. Colorectal cancer is the third most common cancer diagnosed in men and women in the United States. African Americans are about 20% more likely to get colorectal cancer and about 40% more likely to die from it than most other groups. Background on colorectal cancer in North Carolina. Colon cancer is the fourth leading cause of all cancer deaths in North Carolina. African Americans have the highest incidence and mortality rates. There were 1,533 colorectal cancer deaths in 2012 and over 7,550 deaths from 2008 to 2012. The death rate due to colorectal cancer is much more higher among Black North Carolinians. What is colorectal cancer? The colon and rectum make up the large intestine, which is a part of the digestive system. Colorectal cancer starts with polyps in the colon or rectum. Polyps are cells that form on the lining of the colon or rectum. How does colorectal cancer spread? If cancer forms in a polyp, it grows into the wall of the colon or rectum. Colorectal cancer starts in the innermost layer and can grow outward through other layers. When cancer cells are in the wall, they can grow in blood vessels into other parts of the body. And now we will begin the prevention strategies. And here are some tools I made on the colon cancer prevention flyer and screening guides. They will be provided to you guys through your email after the presentation. Some risk factors is being overweight and obese, lack of physical activity, tobacco use, alcohol consumption, and a diet high fat, low fiber, high consumption of processed and red meats. Some signs and symptoms. A change in bowel habits such as diarrhea, constipation, or narrowing of the stool that lasts for more than a few days, cramping or abdominal pain, feeling that you need to have a bowel movement that is not relieved by having one, weakness or fatigue, blood in the stool, or losing weight unintentionally. Prevention strategies / physical activity. Physical active adults can reduce their risk of colorectal cancer as much as 24%. Sitting or laying down too often could increase the adult's chances of being diagnosed with colorectal cancer. Exercising can increase cancer prevention agent levels and DNA fix. It will help reduce inflammation and increase immune boost. A healthy diet. Diets that include a lot of fruits and vegetables high in fiber can decrease the risk of colorectal cancer. High-grain food products have been known to reduce the risk of cancer. Consuming less processed foods such as hot dogs, lunch meat, beef, pork, lamb, and sausages can reduce the odds as well. Family history. Having a family history of colorectal cancer makes you more likely to get colorectal cancer yourself. Having a family history of colorectal cancer can increase your chances of developing polyps. Knowing your family history of colorectal cancer and sharing this information with your doctor can promote early detection. Smoking / alcohol use. When a person drinks alcohol, it causes the cancer agent to harm the DNA in colon cells and increases the risk for polyps. For individuals who do drink, it is recommended for men to drink no more than 1 alcohol beverage a day, and women drink 2 alcohol beverages a day. When a person smokes, they are breathing in synthetic substances and poison into their body, increasing their chances for colorectal cancer. Available screenings. The fecal immunochemical test kit detects blood in the stool. It is newer and more specific into finding blood coming from the lower gastrointestinal tract. It is recommended to take this test at least annually. The sigmoidoscopy is used to evaluate the lower part of the large intestine. It is recommended to take this test every 5 years. A colonoscopy is a small camera used to view the inside of the entire colon. This one is highly recommended because it is the most accurate. Colorectal cancer grows slowly, therefore most experts suggest getting one every 10 years. The fecal occult blood test is a lab test used to check stool samples for hidden blood, and it is recommended to take this test every 3 years. This is just an example of what the colorectal cancer screenings will look like. Survivorship resources. Duke Cancer Institute Supportive Care and Survivorship offers therapy and counseling, sexual health services, self-image services, child life services, virtual support groups such as prostate, blood and marrow transplant, parenting with cancer, and more. Patient/nurse navigation, teen and young adult oncology, onco-fertility program, and Quit at Duke, which is a program to help reduce your tobacco use. The American Cancer Society offers the Survivorship Center, and you can visit www.cancer.org Survivorship Center for post-treatment cancer survivorship resources. In the National Cancer Institute, you can visit www.cancer.gov or call 1-800-422-6237 to talk to a trained cancer information specialist. Live Strong, you can visit www.livestrong.org to get information about support programs for cancer survivors. Cancer Support Community, a National Coalition for Cancer Survivorship, you can listen to survivor stories. Patient navigation helps people get the healthcare and other resources they need to be as healthy as possible. Patient navigators work with people, their families, and their caregivers to overcome barriers to cancer screening and diagnose, cancer care, and resources needed after cancer treatment. And here are some of our patient navigation team at Duke Cancer Institute Community Outreach and Engagement. We have Lasagna Barnett. She's a certified community-facing navigator lead. We have Nadia Aguilera. She is a health educator / CRT patient navigator. She's bilingual. And we have Mary Alvaredo. She's a community-facing patient navigator, and she's also bilingual. And this slide represents the following well-known people that have been impacted by colorectal cancer. Chadwick Boseman, known as his role as Black Panther. He represents the young people that have been diagnosed with colorectal cancer. We have Clarence Williams III. He's known for his work in Mod Squad. He died of colorectal cancer at 81. And Terrence Howard, his mother, died of colorectal cancer. And here's just a short video.
The death of Chadwick Boseman has put a new spotlight on the growing number of younger people being diagnosed with colon cancer.
The rate of new cases in African Americans is also increasing, about 20% higher than the rate in whites in recent years. Our Dr. Frank McGeorge is here with a closer look at this troubling trend. Dr. McGeorge.
Yeah, Kim and Devin. So the battle Chadwick Boseman fought off screen is one being waged every day in cancer centers across the country and around the world. For one Detroit man, it's a battle that sounded all too familiar because he's fighting it too.
They did a colonoscopy. Come to find out, they said I had a bile obstruction with stage 2 colorectal cancer.
Marvin Funches was just 42 when he was diagnosed with colon cancer 3 years ago. Chemo, radiation, and a 16-hour surgery left him cancer-free. But last May, the cancer came back.
This time it was aggressive and it was advanced. It was stage 4. and my liver.
He's undergoing treatment at DMC Sinai Grace Hospital. Looking back, he did have warning signs.
I would have diarrhea. If it wasn't diarrhea, it was constipation. I was having like bowel issues.
He was also losing weight. Marvin urges everyone, but especially young African-American men, to get any symptom checked out right away.
If you feel any change in your body, if you feel something is wrong, then go talk to your doctor. I know a lot of men have issues about getting a colonoscopy. You'll just wake up thinking that nothing happened. It's smooth. It's not what you think it is, and it can save your life.
Marvin says he's a prisoner of hope and continues to live a good life. He sees Chadwick Boseman's battle as a testament.
Look how well he lived his life. Look what he chose to do. So you can still do things. You can still be effective. You can still be the person that you are with cancer. It's just your attitude. Your attitude can determine how far you can go and how well you will be. If you feel good and you have a positive outlook and a positive attitude, you'll be better. You'll be better for it. It'll help you through it.
So true. Marvin is an example of why it is so challenging, though, to diagnose colon cancer early in younger patients. He got regular physicals, but he didn't have a family history of cancer, and he was under age 45, so he wasn't being screened yet. It really comes down to early symptoms, which younger people are just less likely to act on.
Yeah, so true. But why? I mean, do doctors know why the cases are rising in younger people? Is it something in the food or what? What are they saying?
Well, that's a really important question, Kim, and there are several theories, but so far they're just theories. So coming up at 6, we're going to talk more about that and about the steps that everyone can take to help reduce their risk.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to it, Frank. We appreciate it.
I would like to thank the Duke Cancer Institute Community Outreach Engagement and Equity Team for serving as my agency and allowing me to complete this project. I would like to thank Dr. Moore, Kirsten, Lasagna, Nadia, and Aretha, and my fellow NCCU Health Education Associates. I would also like to thank the community partners for your expertise and insight into the program content, as well as allowing me to share this project with you and your team. And I would like to thank NCCU Department of Public Health Education. And before we end today, I do have a guest speaker, Tristan Evans. Tristan is a husband and father of 3. He was diagnosed with colorectal cancer in August of 2012. And after aggressive radiation treatment, chemotherapy, and surgery, Tristan celebrates almost 10 years of cancer-free living. He now serves as a health ambassador and advocate for those struggling with cancer, especially with colon cancer. So welcome, Tristan.
Thank you very much, Dejah, and everyone for allowing me to join in and spread the good news that there are bits of information and help out there for people who suffer through and are fighting the colorectal cancer disease. And when I was listening to not so much Chadwick Boseman, but Marvin's presentation there in that video, it just went back and I just kind of saw a lot of things that happened to me. You're young. And when we say most folks are looking to get screened at about 45 to 50 years old for colon cancer. And I was 40, probably 41 or 42 when I got diagnosed. And one of the things that's really important for us to remind, especially the minority community, but just anybody, if your body is starting to feel different, if you're noticing things that don't seem to be right and they're lasting for an amount of time, you need to reach out and get some help, because I caught mine just as it started to try to metastasize. So, I mean, how crazy it was is I went to my regular primary care physician, and they thought I had an internal hemorrhoid, or, they thought I had maybe possibly diverticulitis. So we spent about 3 weeks just trying to figure out exactly what I had. And then I finally got